Hello world. This video is for all you out there that have way too many game consoles and have not a place to put it, or at least not in an organized, usable way. I've seen a lot of people out put them in like cubicle boxes, and well, I'm kind of limited on space right here. At the same time, I wanted them in the living room area, not just in some den somewhere. So I came up with this idea. It's a way to display them, kind of like a shrine or museum, I guess. And yet still be usable, yet good use of space. So I'll take you through all this. So I came up with this idea just for this corner because the way this house is set up is kind of limited on what options I had. So I built this thing. The main thing was I had like 8, actually at the time 7 old game consoles. I found an Xbox for dirt cheap somewhere. Never had one of those. Anyway, just playing around with that one. But yeah, so the nice thing is all the newer ones, well, they're all vertical and they stack nicely, take up very small amounts of space. So that was pretty easy fix. But these guys down here, they don't. At the same time, like I said earlier, I wanted to kind of show them off, display them, kind of like a like a museum of sorts. But so anyhow, yeah, this is what I came up with. A couple other caveats I had to this. I wanted everything wireless, which kind of makes it difficult for you, definitely you, and you. Although, of course, that had Logitech wireless controllers, so there's that one. And thanks to 8-Bit Do, we got really good controllers for that one and the Super Nintendo. I'll get back to the controllers in a moment. The other thing I wanted to do was to have an individual power supply switch. And I came up with the labels myself there so I can turn on whatever I want to use at the time and turn it off. Partly because, well, those power adapters are so old, who knows how much life is left in them. I know you can get like remake or newer versions that are generic for it, but yeah, I still wanted a switch on there. Not to mention, I think they zap power from the outlet. And if you're concerned about energy use, it's a good idea to be able to switch them off. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of cool. I've seen a couple of these out there on Amazon. I ended up getting this one. God, I can't remember who it was, but it's I think it's branded Stellar Labs. Yes, thanks. I'm talking right now. Anyway, Stellar Labs. The nice thing about that one is it was UL tested. I was picky about that. The ones I saw on Amazon, people kept talking about fires and blah blah blah. And of course, that's reviews, take it with a grain of salt. But they also were not UL tested, so I'm kind of weird about that, I guess. But so anyhow, back to the controllers. Well, really, this video is about this case I built. But the reason I bring up the controllers is I found out the wireless controllers for the is it here for the Sega Genesis. I really like these. The only problem is they're line of sight only, but they do work really good. And I think they're one of the best controllers made, right up there with the Saturn controllers. So, but the nice thing I did find about this, they all use the same. God, I forgot what they call that. It's like a variant of a D9 sub 9 something like that. But the port on this works on that, and yes, the wireless controllers work for that too. And luckily, I was really surprised this worked, but it works on the Atari 2600. So what I did is you really only need, if you 2 players, you 2 of these, and they'll work with all of these through these eyes up here, or receivers, I guess would be the technical term. So I have one hooked to Genesis, one hooked to the Master, and one hooked to the Atari 2600. And whichever one happens to be on, these controllers will work with that one. And you only need 2 controllers. And of course, a little pricey little guy there, the Sega Saturn has a Japanese import control, wireless controller. It's the same concept. It's IR. So anyway, that came really nice. So I built those in there at an angle so that they pretty much, they're actually really good on off angle to a certain degree, but for where the couch is at, whether you're on the floor or on the couch, it picks it up just fine. So that's the whole reason I brought that up is because I mounted those up there. It's another nice convenience of doing this. And then of course the shelf up here, which I've already shown, holds all these guys up here nicely, and there's room for more in the future if there ever is any more consoles. So yeah, the one last thing I want to bring up is, since I mounted the TV on this backboard, finally a place to put all the dang controllers. Yeah, it's a bit obsessive, compulsive, meticulous, whatever you want to call it, but yeah, I had to do that. I got tired of just sitting around in a big giant pile. So anyway, and by having this backboard on there, I had all kinds of room to run wires, as well as to mount the SCART switch. So yeah, the nice thing about all this is it's all, you know, easy access, easy to play, everything's ready to go, and it shows everything off, but yet uses up the space pretty well, again, with what little I have. Cat seems to enjoy it. Yeah, so thanks for watching.